Hey there everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, Boomy Reactions. Now today guys, we're going to be catching up with Cowboy Kent Rollins. Excellent. And Kent is going to be showing us how to make a 3-cheese quesadilla. Oh my gosh, fabulous. But he's going to be making the tortillas himself. Now, apparently there's a secret ingredient here that will blow your mind. Now, I still haven't made my own tortillas, but it's something that I really desperately want to try to do. Like I've said before, my favorite very much is corn tortillas, and for some bizarre reason they don't really sell them in the supermarkets over here at the moment, or they do like they advertise them as corn tortillas, but then when you actually get them in your shopping, you look at the packet and it's like it's corn and flour tortillas. It's like a hybrid. I don't know why they've stopped doing these just exclusively corn tortillas, because they are my absolute favorite. Yes, and we don't get them anymore. So I'm just going to have to start making my own, I think. I need a tortilla press. That's one thing. I think I can get them off Amazon. I definitely need one. You have to excuse the unflattering lighting in these videos at the minute. Guys, I've got a new light and a new camera, and I'm still trying to figure them out. Anyway, done enough talking. You know me. Let's get on with the video. And guys, if you're enjoying these reactions, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you, my lovelies. If you're interested, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account. That link is over there. And if you're interested in supporting this channel any further, I do have a Patreon account. If you fancy checking that out, that link is in the description below. Come on then, Kent. Blow my mind. What's this secret ingredient?
You know how you can tell that a tortilla
handsome face.
is made with love and it is homemade?
Ooh.
It ain't round no more. I promise you.
What happened to that one?
It's Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New Hampshire. But folks, there is a secret ingredient into making these easy tortillas that's going to blow your mind. Stick around. We're even going to throw a quesadilla in there too.
Now, what could that ingredient be? Is it sour cream? That sounds bizarre. I've never made them before. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Buttermilk is quite often a secret ingredient in a lot of things from the US. No. What could it be?
You know, when you go to a Mexican restaurant and you eat, I always judge it by 3 things. Number 1, is the parking lot full? Number 2, do they know how to make rice and beans? The third thing, and the most important, are their tortillas homemade? And you always going to get a better taste when you make them from scratch. And Shan come up with this secret recipe a long time ago. Do we want to tell them now,
no,
Shan?
It's a secret ingredient. They have to wait.
Yes. And folks, these are the best tortillas ever going to make. And as a bonus, I'm going to show you how I make my favorite quesadillas to go along with it. So let's just get right into it. All-purpose flour, 3 cups.
Okay.
To that, we need to add a little baking powder. Don't take much, about a teaspoonful.
So these are flour tortillas, not corn tortillas. Is it preference whether you would use one or the other, or do certain things call for corn or certain things call for flour tortillas? Help me out. Help a British girl out here, guys.
Little dab of salt. I
Of
like
salt.
to go ahead and mix this right off the bat. All the dry is mixed together, so it is time to add. I think traditionally it would have been hog lard or maybe like Crisco, some kind of shortening like that.
Okay.
But the secret ingredient really is what? Shan come up with it herself, she did. Bacon grease. Now make sure this is chilled, not hot bacon grease. And we're going to get it all in there because I don't want to leave none of it out. Folks, this is the difference maker in homemade tortillas, I will promise you. And just go to breaking that bacon grease down in there because we want it all mixed really well in here.
Now, I tried to imitate Kent Rollins, injecting the turkey before you fry it, before you cook it. And he uses a mix of bacon grease and butter. Now, I tried to get as much bacon grease as I possibly could from my bacon. It didn't yield an awful lot, so I didn't have that much. How... This might be a really daft question, but how do you come by so much bacon grease? That is a whopping amount that Kent has put in there. That would take me a while or a lot of bacon to get that much bacon grease. I think your bacon is fattier than ours, isn't it? Is it belly bacon and ours is back bacon? That's probably why, yeah.
Now, when you fry a bunch of bacon at home and you want to save it, strain that stuff before you put it in the cup. But if you leave a little bit of them bacon bits in there, these tortillas ain't gonna mind. We have done this recipe when we was a little short on bacon grease. Used half Crisco, half bacon grease. I've also used manteca that you can buy in the store. But folks, you have to usually buy a big old tub of it that's about that tall. You can see that that is pretty well incorporated. We still got a few chunks in there, but we're going to get that all bound together because what's going in it next is some hot water, and that's going to get all this blended really well. You don't want it boiling hot, but I do prefer it hot. And we're going to use 1 cup. We won't be holding on to this metal cup too long. That is 1
it's
right
heat up
there.
quite quick.
Thank you, Bertha.
Good old Bertha.
Then spoon, spatula, something just to get it started till we can get our hands back in it. That's going to go to melting that what's left of any bacon grease clumps and incorporate it into that flour really well to where we're going to get that great flavor out of it.
Okay.
You flour them hands just a little. You just keep kneading that dough around there a little. Make sure you pull up all that flour off the bottom of the pan. So you need to knead this about 2 to 3 minutes, and I'm gonna get it out of that bowl because we've got all the goodness of the flour out of there. I'm gonna stand over here because the wind's not blowing in my favor and I didn't want to get completely dusted. Put me a little coating on right there. Just knead her over, roll it up,
nice and soft,
keep kneading. That is what I call just right. There's no telling how many tons of dough I've made, whether it be pie dough or biscuits. Shan has made more tortilla dough than I have, but this feels really good. I'm gonna let her put her hand on it since she is the expert of this. Put your little paw out there. Don't that feel good?
Oh, that feels good.
Yes, it does. So
And
this,
smell it. That's what I love.
Ooh.
I love a tortilla smell.
it makes you think breakfast
And
is
that's it.
cooking.
Like,
Yeah,
guys, that's it.
it is so easy. We're gonna put this in a
It's quite
plastic bag. It
straightforward,
needs
quite
to
easy.
rest right there about 10 to 15 minutes. I don't want it to stick to this bag nowhere, Mage, so we're just gonna give it just a little coating.
Oh,
Put her in here. Is that all right
there
with
it
you?
is.
You keep an eye on it for me? Do you like tortillas? I think you do. And folks, as a bonus, since we've got them homemade tortillas, I'm gonna show you how to make my favorite quesadilla with 3 kinds of cheese on it. Well, that tortilla dough is setting. We're gonna take us 1 pound of 80/20 ground beef from the good folks at the Lazy T Ranch up there. Folks, I've eaten a lot of hamburger in my life, but this is probably the best hamburger meat I have ever eaten in my life. So we're just gonna chop that up good.
you need a good amount of fat in there, don't you, for a hamburger, burger, any burger. You need a good amount of fat. Now, with a lot of British recipes, when we use minced beef, ground beef, we, depending on what it is, you'd probably shy away from the fattier beef. You'd probably go for a leaner mix. But burgers, 100%, the fattier the better. You need that for the flavour, don't you?
Get it to browning. And folks, you know, you make quesadillas, you hear of them all the time. Steak quesadillas, chicken quesadillas, rattlesnake quesadillas, possum quesadillas. Everybody like a quesadilla. Well, you know, sometimes I like to watch my budget. So I didn't want no chicken. I wanted some ground beef, which is a little cheaper than steak fajitas.
Oh, mate, he's wanting some of that ground beef.
Well, we begin to brown a little, we have. So I got, I'd say 1 medium-sized white onion. Diced or chopped, Shan? What is that? We always have this.
Finely chopped.
Okay, we always have
Yes.
this big discussion we do about what it is. Now to that, I'm gonna go ahead and add us a little of our mesquite seasoning.
See, when I think of diced onion, finely chopped, finely diced, it's fine because we have a member of this household that doesn't like onion, so you've got to chop it up really small to trick them into thinking that there isn't any in there. So yes, most of our meals we have to chop this onion up quite teeny-weeny, quite tiny. I'd say that's chopped. I don't know, what's the difference between a chop and a dice?
Because it has a little ancho chili in it. We're gonna get them onions to browning up. We're getting closer all the time to making a quesadilla.
I'd happily just eat that as it is. Hello. So it's looking good.
Browning up pretty nicely we are. I'm gonna add some of our taco seasoning. I used this one time in a video and people said, why would you not just put the regular stuff in there? It's got all the regular stuff like cumin, oregano, What is that other? Let me see. Cumin, oregano. I can't read them. I ain't got my glasses on. What is that I'm looking for? I don't know. We're gonna give it a pretty good sprinkling around here. We are. Now, this is one recipe too that you're making here that you can also test your seasoning after this simmers for a little bit.
Did you drain the grease?
No, the grease cooked down.
Oh,
On good
yes, yeah.
80-20 meat, when you cook it long enough and it's just right, you get rid of that grease. If it was really greasy on the bottom or you was swimming in this much, you know, I'd say you better spoon that stuff out of there. You're fitting to have a cholesterol problem, I think. A lot of recipes you say, they will say add some tomato paste. I'm just going to use our what? Our good red hatch salsa right here. I am. Doesn't take much. I just want a little to give it a little flavor.
Chili in there.
A little flavor. Yeah, a flavor and some flavor. If you don't have this, use your favorite salsa of any kind. Use a little hot sauce. Now would it be a good time to put in these 2 garlic cloves right here close to the last.
I have quickly become a hatch chili fan. Oh my gosh, I hadn't heard of it that long ago. But you all have introduced me. Kent has introduced me as well. And oh my gosh. Oh, I've had some hatch flavored tortilla chips out of this world. So delicious. Again, I didn't know what they were until recently, but I'm so glad I do now. But the only time I'm ever going to get any is American products. It is very sad I can't get them in my local supermarket, but they are delicious. Oh my gosh, it's a very, very special flavor, isn't it?
In the recipe, I said if you want it spicy, use both of them. If you want it just right, just use one. Am I going to de-seed it, de-vein it? No, I'm not. I'm just going to grate it in here with this cheese grater because it's all going to blend together and it's going to give it a great flavor. It is.
Nice and
Ain't
easy.
it, mate?
Just grated it.
I know it will. When you got all that in there, we need to just put this on a low simmer for about, I'd say 4 minutes. Let all them flavors incorporate, and then you taste it at that time when you get ready. Does it need a little more taco seasoning? Need another 14 jalapenos? You throw them in there.
Oh, what do you? There's smoke coming out my ears.
Meat sitting over there minding its own business. This is set about, I'd say nearly close to 15 minutes, so we're just gonna get her out there, and the smell that comes out of that sack, ma'am, I am telling you, it is so good. We're gonna put it as a little flyer. Go ahead and get it over here. Now you can make these any size you want. So I'd say golf ball size, Shan, pretty close to right.
Are you making a big one?
Well, I'm gonna make it about that size right there. And when you're making tortillas, when you begin to roll them out, them edges can crack and come out all different kinds of shapes and sizes. So if you'll work that dough in your hand just a minute, make sure it's good and soft, flatten it just a little, roll them edges around there under it, it'll keep that from happening quite as bad if it does at all. Then we're just gonna put them down here, give them a little coat of flour both sides, get your favorite rolling pin, and just go to rolling.
Here's the test. Can you do it round?
I like to roll them over, get the other side a little bit.
Now, there's a technique to this. And I feel quite confident that I'd be quite good at rolling these out relatively round because I'm used to making flatbreads. Now, I don't know. The dough is a nice soft dough, actually. The recipe that I use anyway. I'd probably say they look a little softer than this. So maybe this makes it a little bit trickier. But I roll and then turn and then roll. But I kind of roll and then kind of round it at the end. Do you know what I mean? It works for me. I think so. I'm fairly confident I'd be okay at this part.
Can they be round or will they look like New Hampshire? I do not know. But
I don't even know what New Hampshire looks like.
well, I have made some that aren't round, I promise you. You know, you can get these whatever thickness you want them to be. But I prefer to go a little bit on the thinner side because it does have a little pinch of that baking powder in there, so you're going to get just a little bit of pop. So I would say that was pretty good for me, Shin.
Let me see the roundness of it.
Pretty good for me.
Let's see.
Pretty good for me.
That's not too bad.
If I can get it in here. And we'll go to making another.
I've had some pretty square looking flatbreads in my time. like that sepia effect to the video here.
This is close to Rhode Island, I think, so we're going to try to maybe even that out just a tad. But it'll eat just the same, I promise you. You know how when you work on something sometime and you think, well, that ain't going to work, so then you come back with your paintbrush and you trim it up just a tad, you know, because, I mean...
You were doing so good there.
Yeah.
It was doing really well. That one, however, it looks a little bit like a sea urchin. It's all right. We've got nice, neat edges now. I'm sure they all taste exactly the same.
I think that looks pretty good now. So.
Good old Bertha. We all need a Bertha, don't we?
You doing this in the house? Go ahead and get that burner on high. Set that cast iron skillet on there because, folks, you can turn this down a little bit later when things go to cooking, and that's what we're after. So you can spray it that first time. You usually don't have to. I'm not going to use a skillet because I don't want to have to clean one up. I'm just going to go right here on old Bertha. We'll get this first one out of here. It's got a little wrinkle in it, but I think it's going to be all right. That one is New Hampshire.
That's Ohio, actually.
Ohio.
Oh, well.
So you can see it's beginning to swell up here just a little bit, make us some little freckles. So the main thing you could do to hurt one of these is overcook it. So we're going to go ahead.
Right.
Bertha's pretty hot. You want to leave these pliable. That's what we're after. If you get a really big bubble in there like this one right here, you can pat it down. This one is ready to come off there. Because remember, when we're making a quesadilla, we're going to cook them again here in a little bit too. It don't take long to cook these when your iron is hot. So this one here is what I'd call ready to go. Now you can see that's still pliable. You get them too crispy, they won't bend. They ain't worth nothing that way.
Aren't they, when you roll them up? Or whatever you're doing. Oh, he's so cute, Duke. Yeah, I was expecting him to have the scorch marks. At least, yeah, there we go. But like Ken says, we're going to cook them again.
This here was sort of an extra, and I wanted to make sure. They're so good. Puppies, hey, come here.
Puppies. They'll always be puppies.
So I better get busy because.
Right there.
Where'd you go? Tortilla?
Behind you.
No, Dooker. How about you, Cletus?
Cletus?
Made you get it?
Has Ken got a new dog? You'll have to excuse my... I've got very scratchy throat today. Has Ken got a new dog? This is Cletus. I haven't heard Cletus before. I don't think I've seen him.
We got some Monterey Jack, some mozzarella, and some cheddar.
Oh,
I'm going to put them right over here where I can get to them handy. So I'm going to slide that right there. Get my cheese over here. We're going to put a little layer right here on the bottom of all three. Because I think quesadilla got the word meaning in it that it's got to have some cheese. So we're going to have plenty of that. Folks in Wisconsin are saying, got to have some cheese.
Yes.
We're going to add us a little meat to this. Because we want to make sure that everybody don't just bite in there and get cheese. We're getting some meat to go with it. Now, you could fold that over, but there would be nothing to bind those two together. So we need to have some more cheese, don't you think, Mage? And some of this kind of cheese.
Absolutely.
Now we're going to take our spatula and we're going to fold this one over. We're going to give it a mashing right here so we can turn this side over. But you can get this as brown and as crisp as you want it now because that tortilla was pliable when we started and we could fold it. I just like mine to where they got a little crispness to the outside. We'll let them cool. We're going to make the rest of them and I'm going to eat them.
Yes, loads of cheese. Yum, 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 yum. These are actually really easy to make, right? I'm sure there's technique. You have to learn as you go.
I mean, if I can do that, y'all can do that, I promise you. Most easiest thing in to make homemade tortillas and with that bacon grease in there. And you can put anything for the filling in a quesadilla. But I want y'all to look. While I was finishing cooking, don't that look like teeth marks?
I had a bite.
People are always on me. How come Shan don't never get to eat? We have left evidence that Shan has been here.
But she's the tortilla queen.
Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, got a little bite in it. That's the way I like it. If you don't want that, leave that jalapeno out of there or take the seeds and the stem out before you grate it.
Okay.
But star of the show, two things. That Lazy T hamburger meat, but really, it is Shan's homemade flour tortillas with bacon grease. Well, hope y'all enjoyed, because me and the pup sure did. Thank you, Jesus, for bringing that cloud in here and covering up that ball of fire. It was already 100 degrees, so I appreciate it. I do. But it is with great pride, honor, and privilege that I tip my hat to all the servicemen and all the women and all the veterans that have kept that old flag flying over camp. We commend you all. Rest of you, come on in here close. Get up here a little closer, a little bit closer.
I missed the Kent hug.
Big old bear hug. God bless you, each and every one, and I'll see you down the homemade tortilla quesadilla trail.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a lightning cloud?
Lightning cloud or storm cloud? Yeah. I just hope
It's lightning over there.
I hope it does something wet cloud.
Oh my gosh. They look
You know how
absolutely fantastic, don't they? Oh my gosh. So they're a lot easier to make than I thought. The idea of making anything for the first time is a little bit intimidating, isn't it? But oh my gosh, they're actually really straightforward. And Kent doesn't have, oh, I've got hair, straight hair there. Sorry, guys. Kent doesn't actually use a tortilla press, so maybe I don't need one. I'd like them to look very neat and uniform. And I've seen Chud's Barbecue Bradley using one, and they look so neat. Look quite small though. Can you get them to alter the size? Or I don't know, I'd have a bigger one. Bigger tortillas for bigger burritos and bigger quesadillas. Guys, they look absolutely fabulous. So there's no excuse for really not trying these because I don't need the equipment, as Kent has shown us here. I have to try these on the weekend. Ooh, very tasty. So whenever I would make quesadillas here, I have not made my own tortillas, but I would use, or I have used up until now, our favorite is pulled pork. So barbecue, smoky pulled pork, absolutely delicious. So I will have to try a different quesadilla, I think. So the beef, like, it looks quite cheeseburger-like, doesn't it? I have to try this. Try this one. And the combination of the cheese that Kent has used here, I can get hold of those. That's quite an easy one to get hold of. Would you use different cheeses to make them a little bit more authentic? Is there any Mexican cheeses that you would use? Or is this combination absolutely fine here? So what was it? It was mozzarella. Is it Monterey Jack he used? And cheddar? I think I can get them. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. Let me know what your combinations are for your quesadillas. Do you try anything? Is this a standard? Is it a very good filling? Do you use chicken? Or, you know, what is it that you guys like to make? Is it anything like really adventurous? Let me know. I like the addition of the hatch chili. I'm going to have to try that. I've got plenty of hatch chili here. Guys, take care of yourselves, my lovelies. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.